Stackhouse is here. Mr. McMahon. It is indeed the Raw after Mania. Why is he here? There's no doubt we're going to find out.
Coach Eli Mooney on AP Radio. A lot of praise was sent toward your second unit during the season, and rightfully so. But when starters kind of start struggling like they did in this series, do you feel maybe these guys on the bench try to pick up the slack and maybe feel a little bit extra pressure to kind of get the team back into it?
It's a different game than in the playoffs. It's a totally different approach. Also, too, when LeBron is playing as many minutes as he's playing, they played a lot of their starters against them, which is a great experience for our young guys to go through that, to see that, to feel that, to go against a guy like James who's playing at a high level. And it's a difference. And, we was trying to shuffle the lineup, trying to match and ended up breaking up the second unit a little bit. But it was a great experience for those young guys. I thought Anunoby had an excellent series. I know he didn't feel like it, but to get that experience to go against a guy like James and guard him in the tough situation and battle him, I guarantee he learned a lot and will grow a lot from this series.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairman of WWE, Mr. McMahon.
It's not often the chairman shows up on Raw. This is arguably the biggest Raw of the year, every year.
Thank you. It's a championship caliber team like Cleveland. So I don't, again, you'd have to ask him what they learned. It's just how difficult the difference is between a regular season and playoff and a championships type team to go against them. But you'd have to ask him what they learned. I don't know what they learned.
You're fired! What? You're
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ace. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's get to it. So, pretty big day here in Toronto sports. Lot going on. It's got a lot going on, man. You got Kyle Dubas hired as the new GM for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's on one end. A young guy like that, I mean, that's a huge move for the Maple Leafs. Man, I mean, that right there, man, that's going to be pretty fucking interesting, he's a young dude, man, Kyle Dubas, man. Y'all go look him up if y'all know what I'm talking about. But the bigger news, at least on the NBA side, because that's on the hockey side, is Dwane Casey, man, fired here today by the Raptors. So, saw it coming. Reports came out by Josh Bloomberg on Tuesday. A lot of people wasn't believing him because they didn't really see him as a legit source. But I gotta tell y'all niggas, I've been hearing really since Saturday's game, man, that if this team got swept or wrapped up in 5, man, he was gonna be out of here, man. I was starting to hear rumors about that, like back on Sunday. I tried to tell a few Raptor fans about it on Tuesday, like, no, this shit's legit. Like, it's actually legit this time. Like, it ain't gonna be like last year. Like, you already knew it wasn't the same when Casey and Masai Ujiri didn't even do their fucking exit interviews on Tuesday with the players. You know, that's the sign that they've been talking or they're making a decision in the background. Like, I don't think Josh Lewenberg gonna put that information out there like that and ruin his damn reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really stupid. So, I just felt like it was legit, and all the media was covering it on Tuesday. Shaq and fucking Charles Barkley almost got into a fight about it inside the NBA the same night. I saw that shit. Then they talked about it. I saw a video of Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith was talking about it the following day. And so everybody been covering it, you know, and everybody been debating whether, you know, Raptors should blow it up, trade DeMar, DeRozan, Lowry, Ibaka, and just blow it up, or like the relationship that DeMar DeRozan had with Dwane Casey, which I did feel like wasn't going to be fixed. So I did see a lot of like truth to that. So I did go into it really feeling like, you know, this was going to be a big decision. Like, this was going to be a little different from the past. And so I really did. I really did feel like he was actually going to be fired this time, man. You know, and plus, I think for Masai Ujiri, I think two things happen with this. I think that, you know, give Dwane Casey a chance if he wants to get a job this year for next season. There's still some coaching openings and he could get it. Because the longer you prolong this decision, like Detroit did with Stan Van Gundy, you know, he ain't gonna be able to get his job. So I don't know what Dwane Casey's gonna do. I could see him doing the Sam Mitchell thing, getting into the broadcast booth, maybe doing some NBA TV or ESPN type stuff. And then he'll probably take a job next year, or he might just. I mean, he was probably prepared to coach next year, so let's see, you know, if he take one of these jobs. Because I talked to the Piston fans about it, like, what do you feel that he's going to do? And some of them want him, some of them don't. You know, to me, it's one of those weird things. I don't think you could be wrong about either, like, if you didn't want him or not. I do think he's a pretty good coach. One thing I could assure you, if you want to get your team to the playoffs and get their roster, you know, you want to get the team going in the right direction, I think Dwane Casey is going to be good for that. You know, so he definitely ain't no coach that I would hire if I had no plans to get into the playoffs. Like, so, I mean, this guy is coming out the coach of the year. That I think somebody, I can't remember, but I think Sam Mitchell had won coach of the year he got fired too. So that's kind of weird that our organization did that twice. So, I mean, Dwane Casey's the best coach in Raptors history. I mean, we got a short history, so I guess I ain't saying too much. We've only been out for 23 years. Like, people don't realize that this franchise is literally new. Like, they've only been out since 1995. I was just talking about in the video, the exit video for our team at the Monday's game. Like, our team, a lot of us fans have seen the very first game that the Raptors had played. You know, that's how crazy that shit is, man. A lot of us have seen the very first game that they played back in 1995. You know, so it's crazy. We've been riding it down for this team for over 20 damn years, 2 damn decades, man. But I just hope, you know, because I appreciate what Dwane Casey did, and I thank him for his service here because no doubt about it, he did change this fucking team. In just 2 years, took this team to the playoffs and took them to the playoffs 5 straight times. Also to the Eastern Conference Finals once. I mean, if he ain't running LeBron James, maybe he even makes the finals one of these years. I mean, who knows? I mean, you know, that's how crazy that shit is. So, I definitely appreciate Dwane Casey. I think all Raptor fans should appreciate him today. I mean, you could be happy about his departure, but you need to really appreciate him, though. You know, you need to really appreciate what he's done because it ain't like we run it. I mean, I've been there with the Jay Triano days, man, when Jay Triano was the fucking head coach. Bro, that was some misery. So, huge upgrade with Casey. You know, we just didn't get it done. You know, it reminds me to a bigger extent of Sam Mitchell, but that team really never even got close to what this team got. But now, we're in that direction now. Like I said, I was calling for Casey's head like 3 years ago. The more and more he survived, the more and more respect I have for him. So now I don't feel I don't know, today I just feel weird. I feel like it's kind of like I'm happy because we have a chance to hire a new coach that could be the next Phil Jackson, or our Phil Jackson. But I also feel kind of like, man, damn, kind of like the end of an era almost, like, But Masai Ujiri. The main reason why any Raptor fan have any hope is Masai Ujiri. This dude has done a great job with this organization. He's been since 2013. I think he's the best GM in the league, bar none. You could say that the Warriors GM is just as great, but I mean, the dude had fucking, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. I mean, he was blessed. I mean, Masai Ujiri he hasn't even ever had a lottery pick, to turn this damn thing around, So he's had to do. He's done it the Spurs way. He's had to pick lower in the draft and find gems like OG Anunoby this past year, man. Pascal Siakam and Jakob Poeltl and shit. DeLon Wright and Freddie Van Vliet undrafted. I mean, the Raptors 905. Look at what he's done with the Raptors 905, our G League team, man. Between us and the Spurs G League teams, we're like the two best organizations running right now as far as player development. Like, we're the two top teams right now as far as player development go. And the G League is going to start really mattering as time goes on. Like, you're going to have to really start paying attention to your G League teams. You're going to really have to. It's almost like Major League Baseball where you got to pay attention to your AAA team, what's going on in development, AA team. You're going to have to really start paying attention to it, man, because that's where the development starts and ends at. That's why I feel good about this team, because the way our players are developed. The only question about this team is, do we have a true superstar to lead us to a championship on this team? I'll probably say at the moment, no. But I do think we have players, if you put them with a true superstar that could put your team over the top. I think it could happen. I think DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, I think they're like, I will say, a lot of people just like calling them stars. I call them superstars, They're not, top 5 players or anything like that. Maybe not even top 10, but, they're at least, what team wouldn't want a DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry? I mean, at least, I'm not even talking about as like a 1A option, maybe as a 1B option or something, like the second option on the team, a third option on the team. I mean, these guys are talented. I mean, they literally led this team to 5 straight playoff appearances. I mean, there's not too many teams doing that, even out in the Eastern Conference. I mean, so, to me, I feel like we've been blessed with both players, but we just haven't, the thing that we've never done since they've been here, we never give them a true third option. Someone to really take the pressure off of them. To really like come in and be like, hey, I could bail you guys out this game or this game and really handle LeBron James. They haven't had that option. So that's why they've struggled in the past 5 years getting to the NBA Finals. So now that we're getting to this part of the offseason, things are going to start getting really fucking interesting. The main question I have right now is for Masai Ujiri. What do you do? As far as how long do you take with this coaching search? Do you take your time? Or do you find someone quickly within the next week or two? I mean, the only thing that I'm going to say about waiting, because I don't mind if he waits. It's all about finding the right guy, in my opinion. I don't care how long it takes. Just find the right guy. The only thing you need to be weary of is LeBron James. And I'm talking about LeBron James' decision. Because he's got a decision coming up. Is he going to stay in Cleveland for another year? Or is he going to go to the Western Conference? Because all year you've been hearing about this guy going to the Western Conference. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If he wins a championship this year, he's not leaving Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? if he loses, there's a tiny percent chance he'll lose to the Celtics, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think when he exits, it's going to be against the Warriors. By the way, bad news on the Warriors front. There's been talks. I don't know if it's official yet, but Klay Thompson is going to stay there another 5 years. So for anybody hoping that they can leapfrog the Warriors, after next year, because his contract is going to be up in 2019, we might have to wait. Might have to wait another 5 fucking years. But there's still hope because Kevin Durant, I'm not sure how long he's going to be around. And Steph Curry, with his injuries piling up on him, he's getting older. He's on the other side of 30. There's some hope there that the team ages on him. Klay Thompson, to me, hasn't even peaked yet, which is a scary thing about him. But how good is this Warriors team going to be in 3 years, though, even with them keeping the big four intact? Because every guy on that team is going to be a lot older 3 years from now. So we will see what happens. But, bad news if you was hoping to get Klay Thompson. I don't think the Warriors are exactly going. I mean, it depends on what kind of help they get. If they continue to dominate going into the mid 2020s, I think it's going to be how much help do they get, because we've seen teams like the 96 through 98 Bulls, the 2000 to 2002 Lakers get older teams and surround Shaq and Kobe and Jordan and Pippen with like older talent. We'll see if they go that route. Because like I said, those guys are going to get older, so we'll see. But I think the biggest question is how long Kevin Durant stays there, because to me, he's becoming more and more important to that team. I know they won a chip without him, but those guys are younger back then. I mean, I don't know if they could do it now. But, 3 years from now. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting with the Warriors. But what was I saying about that? Because I brought the Warriors up. I forgot what I was about to say about the Warriors. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I try to pick up from what I was saying before. Like I said, if he gets LeBron James, if he gets knocked out by the Warriors, I can see him leaving Cleveland. If he goes to the Western Conference, Houston. But I think in that situation, if he joined the Houston Rockets, obviously they wouldn't need to change the coach. It'll be about LeBron if he don't want to work with Mike D'Antoni. That dude got power. So if he don't want to work with Mike D'Antoni, he ain't going to work with Mike D'Antoni. That's just the way it goes with LeBron. But I think, Clippers just re-signed Doc. I think I could see LeBron wanting to play with Doc, Doc Rivers. So I don't think he'll force a culture change there. And they wouldn't even make one right away anyways. They'll probably wait until either like middle of the season or after the season if LeBron didn't really see eye to eye with Doc Rivers or whatever. But the team that he's been connected to for a while now is the Lakers. The Lakers actually have a coaching position right now that can easily get fired in Luke Walton. Do I think it's a mistake? I think so, because he's a good, promising young head coach, Luke Walton, but hasn't really had the players yet. They're rebuilding, so hasn't really had the players. They got a lot of question marks who they're bringing in this summer. You got Paul George out there. They might possibly try to trade for Westbrook and bring him back home. I mean, they could do a lot of different things. So Brandon Ingram's name's been thrown out there about, him might maybe be in this year's D'Angelo Russell, a guy that was drafted high during the draft being traded by the Lakers. I mean, I talked about Brandon Ingram too, how they really shouldn't trade him. He has a high ceiling, but like I said, if LeBron went there, if he don't see eye to eye with Luke Walton, he's out of there. So the reason why I bring this up is because if he went to a team like the Lakers, he's gonna get a hand pick at the litter. And from what I know, LeBron James always liked Dwane Casey. Has a lot of respect for him. So knowing his pedigree, he probably want him to coach the Lakers. So that's why I'm saying, some of these coaches that's out here right now, if they're still out here by the time LeBron makes his decision to go out to LA and change the coach, I mean, that's, we're going to be competing against that. So, got to watch it. I mean, we still got some teams out there with head coaching vacancies. I don't think Atlanta filled theirs yet. I'm not sure what the update is. I didn't remember hearing Milwaukee hired anybody. I know Detroit didn't hire anybody. Orlando, I don't think they hired anybody. Atlanta, Who else is open out there? Because I know Phoenix got theirs closed off. Is that it, or is there more teams? I'm not sure who else is open just yet. But I think that might be it, because we know that Dave Fizdale went to the Knicks. So those might be the only teams with openings, including our team. So, but that's still enough teams out there. That's at least about 4 teams. So there may be more that we got to compete against. Because I think Malloy went to the Hornets. I'm about to say the Bobcats. So we'll see what happens. You know, not Malloy, Borrego from the Spurs, but there's still some coaches out there that's available. And you know the top two main ones I'm going to talk about. You know the top 2 main ones I'm going to talk about. That is Becky Hammon and Jerry Stackhouse. Now Becky Hammon, I've been a fan of hers for a long time, ever since the WNBA days. I'm one of those dudes that watches the WNBA more than college basketball. I'm really not a college basketball guy like I used to be anymore. It's changed so much in the past 10, 15 years. I don't rock with it that much. I'd rather watch, like I said, Big 3 basketball shit with Ice Cube. I like summer basketball. I like watching the Summer League. I like watching WNBA. I like watching Big 3. You know, whatever I could get my hands on after the finals in, that's what I'm watching, you know. But like I said, I've been watching Becky Hammon for years, Olympic level. So I already know that if she ever wanted to become a head coach, I already knew she could do it. I thought she would go into college like a lot of ladies do, but she went right into the pros, and like she's saying, she been like, man, I'm about to, you know, I'm not gonna do like Nancy Lieberman. I'm about to fucking get in this bitch and just and fucking go. Like I'm about to get my ass the first female pro sports coach of all time, and she's going to become that. I don't see anybody else in the pipeline in any other sport going ahead of her, you know. But I think, you know, like I said, Becky can handle it. You know, the only people who really don't want Becky Hammon, honestly, is either one or the other, and it's either sexist. And there's a lot of dudes out here that are sexist, or just people who don't know a lot about Becky Hammon. And by the way, if you're a sexist and you don't want Becky Hammon just because she's a woman, please, like Mike Valenti said when I was listening, I've been watching his show. I've been listening to his show all week. Please grow the fuck up. Please grow the fuck up. You know, you need to grow the fuck up if you worried about a woman handling men. Like, dude, she's had a lot of respect from the Spurs players. I mean, and these are professionals. Like, you know, they're not gonna be that way. I mean, this ain't some amateur shit where she could get run over by some thug dudes or something. Like, come on now, like, you know, obviously she had to earn her respect, but she's gonna be okay. I'm not even concerned about Becky, bro. I'm really not. I think she can get it done. She just needs the opportunity to prove it. That's pretty much all she needs, is just the opportunity to prove it. You know, it's a learning curve, but she's been on the Pop. Like, who else in the league do you trust, like, more than Pop? Like, I don't care what, like, you know, Messina and shit like that, I want him too. You know? You know, anybody who been on the Pop, man, I trust, man. You know, for real. Like, I trust these type of coaches, man, because they come from a good system. Budenholzer, I got a little bit, you know, reservations about. You know, Budenholzer to me would probably be a better fit with like Milwaukee or something. I don't think he'd be a good fit with us. Like, I only see a few coaches that really fit in for what we're trying to do. Because to me, we need a type of coach. It's not just about X's and O's. We need an actual coach that can work with Masai Ujiri very well, fits with Masai Ujiri's vision of having good player development and scouting. Like, that's what Masai Ujiri is doing. He's not just about the in-game coach. He's about a guy who monitors the whole operation, like from this side up, G League, overseas, all of that shit. You know, college and all the levels going up to the NBA. Like, that's what it's all about with Masai Ujiri. It ain't just about getting the X and O's guy. Like, so that's why I said someone like a Becky Hammon or Ettore Messina coming over from the Spurs, they will provide that because they already have a G League system over there that's top notch. Like I said, the Spurs won the G League title. If you don't know, their Spurs team won. The Austin Spurs, they won. You know, so they beat us. But like I was saying, like I said, we need someone like that. Jerry Stackhouse. That's why Jerry Stackhouse, another guy that's perfect. He's already familiar with the system. He's started out as assistant and he got, I don't know if you call it a demotion or a promotion, but I mean, he was the head coach of the Raptors 95, brought in the G League title last year, brought the team back with a different group, brought them all the way back to the finals again. So Jerry Stackhouse has proven his worth. Raptor fans are very familiar with him, so I don't think most Raptor fans will even have a problem with, a promotion of Jerry Stackhouse at this point. He's one of my top two. If they don't get Becky Hammon, I hope it's Stackhouse. That's basically what I want. But back to Becky Hammon real quick, I think that will be just a perfect choice. And, hey, she's got that relationship with Kawhi Leonard, so, maybe she can convince him to come. So, I don't know. But, I just think it'll be unique. I don't want them to just hire her for the PR shit, because whoever does hire her is going to put their team on the map. We all know that. Like I said, I don't want them to hire her for that reason. I think that's the wrong reason to hire her. But I just think that she's ready. She's young. Both her and Stackhouse are young. That's why I love about them more than anything. They could grow up with the team. Like, they could be here for a long fucking time. Because Masai Ujiri, he's going to be, I know there's a lot of pressure on this team, but they're going to be patient, though. With their development as head coaches. I mean, I don't think they're going to, just hurry up and rush a decision, So, like I said, those are my top two picks. I'm praying to God it's Becky Hammon. I told my boy Noam Johnson, check him out, by the way. Noam Johnson, he runs a channel, talks about the Lions on here. I always watch his videos when I get a chance, but me and him was chopping it up back and forth, joking with each other about, Becky, being fine as hell on the sidelines and shit, and how Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond will probably play harder for us. So I told him, dude, if we don't hire her, I hope she goes to the Pistons, because, the second team that I watch the most is the Pistons in the league. I've watched a lot of Piston games during the year. Not all of them, but I watch a lot of them. At least probably about 40, 50 every year, that I check out. Then the third team I watch is the Bulls, because I got a lot of family in Chicago. So, I always like to just keep up with them. So when I have conversations where I can talk about the Bulls or whatever, but I hate the Bulls. Personally, I hate the fucking Bulls, though. But I watch a lot of their games, too. But in the Lakers, too, I watch a lot of Lakers. Obviously, when I was in LA this past year, I was watching a lot of Laker games. I mean, that's pretty much Lakers and Clippers all the fucking time. But I was more interested in the Lakers. This has got a funner team to watch, while the Clippers is just especially once Blake go left, it was what the fuck is that? But yeah, so there's a lot of decisions that they got to make. It just depends on how fast they make it. Another guy that's third on my list is Mark Jackson. Obviously, the only thing about Mark Jackson is that I ask is two things with him. Is he a better fit as a president of operations at this point, like a Chauncey Billups? Is he a better fit as a president more than a coach? I think his passion is the coach, but I don't know. But the other thing is he's got a plus job. He's got one of the best jobs out here, bro, in sports. He's the fucking A announcer or color commentator with Jeff Van Gundy and Mike Breen on ABC. I mean, he does all the big games all year on ABC, including the NBA Finals. I mean, that's a plus job. That was like Chucky Gruden from the Raiders stepping down from the Monday Night Football booth, go back and coach the Raiders. Obviously, he still had a passion to coach. He's got unfinished business there. Probably feels like he owes one of the late Al Davis, to try to get the team a Super Bowl while he's there, because he did win one with Tampa, had to go against them. That was so weird when he went against Tampa that year in the Super Bowl. It was so weird. But, Mark Jackson, I respect the hell out of Mark Jackson. And, hey, I always give him credit for, look, Steve Kerr is their Phil Jackson. This is why the Casey decision, this is why you shouldn't be fretting over the Casey decision, because so many situations, we've seen it with Doug Collins and the Bulls, sometimes you just have to make that decision to upgrade your coach. Larry Brown with the Pistons, my Piston fans know that, with Rick Carlisle. Then Rick Carlisle upgrading himself. We saw a situation where, unfortunately, with Stan Van Gundy, he got fired by Pat Riley, and Pat Riley coached that team to a championship. Sometimes the next coach that comes in, it just has to happen. Ty Lue with David Blatt. I mean, sometimes it just has to happen. So that's why I don't feel bad about this, because I feel like you do need your Phil Jackson. Every team needs their Phil Jackson, especially if you've been struggling to take the next step. You know what I mean? Like the coach you have, like Dwane Casey did, just only so much far he could do. Same thing with Mark Jackson. But I give Mark Jackson a lot of credit, but they needed Steve Kerr, though. They needed a new voice. They needed someone to take them over the top. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson, will Mark Jackson be great here? Hey, I think he get a lot out of the team. He's not, here's the thing about Mark Jackson. He's not the smartest coach. Like, he's more of a preacher, like a motivator, man. Like, he's that, I mean, he knows X's and O's, don't get me wrong. You hear him on the broadcast. But at times, like, he reacts like he a different wired coach, man. I can't explain him. He's a different wired coach. So Raptor fans might have a problem with it, but I have heard some Raptor fans bring up his name. So I don't think that, I think someone won't have a huge problem, but I feel like half of the fan base would. But he's still third on my list. Like if they don't get Stackhouse or Hammon, man, that'd be my third choice. And then the other choices are Messina and Monty Williams. Those two guys right there. Now Monty Williams had an unfortunate situation. I think his wife died or something like that, or the kids or something. Some shit. I know the wife died for sure. It was a nasty incident, and it really kind of changed his coaching career, where he had to he couldn't continue. It was unfortunate. That shit was unfortunate as hell. So it's been some time since that's happened. So I think he's back. His head is back into it to try to get a job out here. All the best luck to him, even if he doesn't end up with us, man. I've always respected him, but I don't know if he's a championship level head coach though, which is my problem with him. Like if I had to choose between him and Messina, I would definitely choose Messina. I don't know right now, like with Monty Williams, but he will be like 5 or 6 on my list down. Then you got a guy like David Blatt out there. I don't know, man. I really don't know. He's a smart dude. He's had some success in Europe, so at least he's got some track record. That's why I say I like what, even though Hammon and Stackhouse don't have a lot of experience, they have won something. Like Becky Hammon did win the Summer League title. That's still a big deal. When you still win something, that's still big. I know it's not the NBA, but like the NBA season where fucking LeBron and fucking Harden and Steph Curry in the league and shit. I know, and KD, but still, it's still something though. And Stackhouse won the G League, so it's still something. So would I be mad if they hired David Blatt? To me, I feel like if they went that far down the list, if Masai works good with David Blatt, like I said, I'm not gonna get mad at who Masai Ujiri hires. I'm gonna have faith that it's the guy that he sees the best fit with. And that's what I'm going to rely on. That's what I'm going to ride on. So, at this point, I'm riding with anybody, that Masai brings in. I believe in him so much. It's going to be a tough decision. I don't know when he's going to make the decision, but I'll definitely try to update you guys. So basically, that's going to do it for this video. But one thing that I'm going to do is I still got to make my free agent video because I still want to talk about what they need to do. One thing I'm certain today that they need to do, besides re-sign Freddie VanVleet, they need to trade Serge Ibaka at all costs, even though his contract is a bitch to move and it might be hard as fuck. I feel like unless the coach that he brings in has a plan for Serge Ibaka, I think they need to trade him. At least to free up some cap room, man. At least to free up some cap room. I mean, I don't know what they could do. But I just feel like they got to bring in somebody. They got to bring in somebody big, bro. They got to figure out how to do it. You got guys like C.J. McCollum out there. You got Kawhi Leonard out there. You got Marc Gasol out there. You got Boogie Cousins out there. Paul George. Maybe you could trade for Melo. You got Westbrook you could trade for. Who else is out there, man? Damn, I had a whole 15-name list earlier today. Damn, I can't even think now. I've heard some people talking about some trade for Giannis. I don't think that's going to happen. Bradley Beal, even though that'd be a pipe dream. Bradley Beal, I definitely want Bradley Beal. That dude's a fucking fighter, bro. And he got a steady, consistent shot, bro. I mean, that dude is deadly. He on the wrong team. I'll say it's about Bradley Beal. He on the wrong fucking team. He's on the wrong fucking team, man. He needs to be on a team that can maximize his fucking talent, bro. I just don't know if he want to play up here. That's my only problem. That's my problem with a lot of these players. The only player I know that definitely probably want to come up here is Boogie Cousins because he wore our fucking shorts. He wore our fucking shorts. He's always talking about how he used to love watching Vince Carter and all that shit. I think Boogie will want to come up here, man. I think if we really threw money at him, I think he'll choose us, man, for real. I'm not just pipe dreaming that. I think he'll literally come up here. But trade for Brandon Ingram. I mean, there's some options out there, man. And I'm gonna go over that shit one day before I go to Montreal next month. I will go over all that free agency shit. So, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated on the coaching search. So y'all got that to look forward to. I'm gonna keep making some videos on the Raptors all summer, man. I mean, not all summer because, like I said, I'm gonna be gone. But damn it. Fuck. Yeah, so look forward to that. And my Lion fans, I've been neglecting y'all since I've been in LA and since Thanksgiving, man. I've been neglecting y'all, man. My boy Nate Belleville made a request. He definitely wants to see a Lions video, at least me talking about the draft picks. They got rookie camp right now, so I may talk about the draft class next week. And I never got a chance to talk about Patricia. I don't care about the whole thing that came out about him yesterday. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not paying that no mind. Something that come out 22 years later is just fucking retarded. I'm not talking about that shit. But I never did get a chance to talk about Patricia because we actually got the coach that I've been dreaming that I've been wanting, man. So I'm gonna make a Lions video either next week or the week after that. I might not have time the week after that though, so I might have to try to grind it out next week. But that video definitely coming up for my Lions fans that's on here. But I just want to say, peace, y'all. Enjoy y'all weekend, Mother's Day weekend, and I am out. I might be back on here if anything comes up later this weekend or early next week. So just stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we are out.